Well, some of my bandages have started falling off. I knew they'd dissolve in water, but it took them a little while. I might take some pictures of them, but I'm not sure if anybody really wants me to just display them on the internet. They kind of can look gross to people. Morning. Guess this deserves an explanation. I am not going to the game today. I got a call from my doctor. They called Wednesday and asked him about, like, can I blah blah blah. I didn't want to chance anything considering I'd had a couple pain complications and and I'd been experiencing significant fatigue since and I mean by significant, I mean like I didn't do anything really much Tuesday and I passed out for a nap for 3 hours. And Wednesday was very similar, but I'd already sent the message to my doctor and he's like, yeah, it's normal to be experiencing fatigue when coming off Oxycontin. Especially when your body still, it sucks. I want to have a functional body again. But I don't know. And I mean a functional digestive tract. It's technically functional. Part of my bandages have started falling off, so I have wounds I can see. With the fatigue that I've experienced Thursday and Friday, I haven't done any field work. I haven't done any gym. I've been sitting, and to be fair, sitting around a lot does kind of contribute to fatigue, and that's why some people who sit around a lot are tired all the time, because they're not engaged doing anything. But this is not normal for me to be napping this much. And the doctor's like, well, yeah, blah, blah. I get super fatigued about 8 o'clock, about 6 o'clock, and I haven't been able to do much engaging. Well, guess what? Game starts at 7. And even if I arrive a little bit beforehand to say, hey guys, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not leaving till like 10:30. Doctor doesn't want me driving with that much fatigue, and Aaron can't drive that late at night. So, under medicalness, I can't go. So I bet a lot of you are like, but why are you wearing your jersey then? Well, one, celebratory because they're playing game. Yeah, it's an away game, but I don't really have anything that matches white very well, especially in... it's not in the washer. But anyways, so the cheerleaders are doing something up in Longview for a Safe Kids Day. So that's where I'm driving. Like 3.5 hours up to stand around and film at a game and get excited, and then 3.5 hours back because we don't have the money to have a hotel. Yeah, don't really, but for like 50 minutes up to Longview and then back, yeah, I can do that. Even if the kids, exhaust me, I can still drive home. I'm not sure what this Safe Kids thing is, but hopefully there'll be other cheerleaders there. And since I can't do much for, the guys on the field today, I can at least do something for the organization and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see what's going on there.
Well, I just inflated this thing and I got to do the bottom, but not expecting that with my injuries. Stressing my diaphragm already.
Have fun, bro.
Just making sure I get things on camera.
Okay, so you guys got to see a little bit before everything was set while we were setting up. Because there's rules about filming, we had a lot of really underage kids. And while this is a public venue, it's not quite a public venue. Whereas if I were in Pioneer Courthouse Square or the zoo, it'd be a little different. But people don't necessarily like their kids being filmed, so I wasn't able to film much while we were doing the event. But basically what it was is we had a little checklist and like bags that these kids could come up and build a hiking backpack for survival, more or less. And it had like a flashlight and batteries and a compass and a map of the trails and apparently a hiking permit. Didn't know you need one of those. I mean, I don't go hiking in the super hiking areas, but not something you need in Portland. So anyways, and then it was just various other things you'd put in there, like raisins. Like this is the stuff that was in the backpack was like with like a shot of water bottle. It was for kids, understandably. But when you're going out really hiking, you're gonna take like a lot more water than that, and you're gonna take more than 6-year-old or 6 years post-expired raisins. But it's like just props. Nobody took any of this stuff home other than like a plastic wrapped water bottle and one of our little bags that we were, anyways. So they basically got to keep the bag because it was a consolation prize, and then we had a little box full of water bottles for them to carry. Not bottles of water, you make sense? I'm gonna go get something to eat really fast. Aaron has tickets for Infinity War. It sucks because it's at like 12:20, but we need to see this movie this weekend. We got 3 tickets. Hopefully Willie can come. I really hope he does. It's super exciting. He can pay us back or whatever, and then we can chat after the movie, and I can put it behind. I can put it up as its separate video on Monday in case people didn't see it over the weekend, and just say like there is spoilers, like Avengers Infinity War spoilers, and put spoilers in caps on both sides of the video so people know not to click. And I'll just put a general thumbnail on it because we'll want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone, so I got to put on all of the necessary things. So don't expect it in this video, but there will be a second video if you did watch it or you don't care. And Willie will be excited and we'll be swearing, so I'll probably not monetize the video because they're gonna be like, because I don't want to put it behind like the Patreon paywall, unless things get very heated. That might be fun. I'll have to figure this all out Monday. But yeah, I'm gonna go probably hit up Burger King. So yeah, just to give y'all guys a little something here real quick, because there's no recording at the windows. I'm paying $7.77 for a Whopper. This better be the most amazing thing ever, because I have had burgers at Robin for cheaper, and they have infinite fries. Yes, I have the car on radar cruise control in basically bumper to bumper traffic, and yeah, I'm getting some free KMs on Pokemon. I don't care. Hate me all you want. It's cool. Oh. Okay, so since Willie's up and down on his pain stuff, he doesn't know by now if he'll be ready later. What time's the movie?
12:20.
So technically it'll be tomorrow when we're... Yeah. Now, I have prefaced, I'm telling you guys, even though it was minutes ago for you, I'm telling Aaron on camera, we will do spoilers, but I will take that video, like I will cut the video and I will start again in the car or outside or wherever we're at, and I will start a new thing so that I can take that segment and put it in on YouTube same day, spoilers, and I'll have like a solid minute with text on the screen being like, you know what you're getting into, yada yada. And I may not monetize it, because if Willie's with us, he's probably going to be swearing. Or I could just, you know, chance their filter. What's the worst that happens? I'm sorry, this is not safe for children. This isn't safe for some adults. Willie just got done with Infinity War, and we're probably even Deadpool's like, damn.
Oh, Cinetopia has a special thing you can get tickets to on the day Deadpool airs. The Deadpool double feature. So you can see Deadpool and then Deadpool 2.
I wonder if they're doing that across other things. They'd have to re-get the showing license for Deadpool, and I know Cinetopia is doing that, but I wonder, because I've never really seen that happen before.
I've seen it, but not recently.
Yeah. By the way, the coffee stuff we got, I'm not going to say their name because I'm giving them a bad review. No. Organic coffee, just... The thing is, the girls... They wanted iced black coffee with cream and sugar. And I'm sitting in the back going, kill me. Like, then nobody could see me because her windows were tinted, but I just... You don't get cream and sugar in black coffee. You call it black coffee because it's going to be black.
Cream and sugar in black coffee is coffee with cream and sugar.
Yeah. If your coffee is this color...
I will call it black, even if it's, you know, not the greatest of burn and all that stuff. Even if it's for some reason thin coffee, weakly brewed, and it's the color of my hair, I'll call it black coffee. If your coffee looks like this, not with the pattern, but, you know,
if your coffee looks like that with the pattern, something's wrong.
Well, you have a really good foam artist. But if it's like this generalized background color, no, that's not black coffee. But again, so I just had black iced coffee. Because I said, no, just, and I threw a 20 in and they just gave me the change back and they gave me a 5 on it, right? And we were trying to figure out how to order 3 different times from a drive-thru, and I'm like, please don't, I worked in a drive-thru, don't do that. That's terrible. But yeah, so I wound up just getting iced black coffee, and I was like, well, it's iced coffee, so it basically tastes, this is freshly brewed morning after coffee. In case any of you are wondering, I've skipped away from having iced coffee because I'm like, I like hot coffee, but I kind of fell into getting iced coffee, and yeah, it tastes like morning after coffee, but you know it was freshly brewed. This tastes better. Plus, again, it was organic coffee, and that always tastes weird. But yeah, so we're probably gonna get something to eat, because I had that Whopper, which was not...
It wasn't a Whopper.
Okay, it wasn't a Whopper. It was a Bacon King. I thought it was a Whopper. I thought it was a Bacon King Whopper is what I thought it was. But it's not. So it had like 2 patties, an unbelievable obsessive amount of cheese. I think there was 3 or 4 slices on there.
Probably 3.
It may have went bun, cheese, burger, cheese,
Burger.
condiments, cheese, burger, cheese, bun. Like it was a mess. It was it was a Carl Jr. drippy burger down my hand. And it was, in terms of fat content, it was definitely worth $7. I shit you not. And I'll tell you this much, I don't have a gallbladder right now, so I'm gonna be doing shits later. One of the things now, if I eat a whole hell of a lot of fat, it ain't breaking down. Benefit, I may not be able to break down saturated fat, so I may lose a little bit of weight. Benefit, because it can't break down all the fat super well. So we're probably gonna go get something to eat, and then I'm just gonna come home and I'm gonna crack out on Origins until it's time to go. What have you been doing? Hearthstone?
Yeah, pretty much just Hearthstone. The new expansion. The new expansion dropped.
What?
Are you trying to keep me just slightly off center?
Yeah.
The new expansion dropped Witchwood, and it has a solo campaign thing, fight 8 bosses. But you get a special quest when you log in that beat 10 bosses with, and each of the 4 classes you can choose for it. Each one gives you a pack.
Gotcha. So is this, well, the reason why I think Witchwood, it makes me think, is this like Kultura's Druid themed? With like that sort of like tree spirit look that we've seen from their stuff?
It's more that zone next to Elwyn Forest.
Duskwood.
Duskwood. It's like not just undead Duskwood. So like
there's actually not much undead in Duskwood anymore.
Yeah. I may need to do Eastern Kingdoms again.
Yeah. FY, just a little thing. So I've been taking my Void Elf through Duskwood because I realized I didn't level many humans.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't go through that area. I think I did on Ratza just because it was great that way. But anyways, just because I, going back and forth. I know I didn't on Compact Disc because Shadow trying to level was just terrible back then. But I may have went through there on Ratza because the pirate theme and Booty Bay and all that stuff. But oh no, the warrior quests. There was warrior quests that went down through Stranglethorn, so I needed that. But that was well before Cataclysm. Like, I had Ratza at level cap in Wrath of the Lich King. I was going through Icecrown Citadel with her and getting gear. She went into Cataclysm with tier 10. Ratza's a really old character in terms of stuff. But I'm going through with my Void Elf, and I'm like, there's a lot of Worgen in here. Like that, like the camp that's at the T, like in the middle on the bottom, yeah, full of Worgen.
Huh.
The graveyard area.
I think it was full of Worgen before.
There wasn't, no, not Questgiver, Gilnean Worgens.
Okay.
There were Worgen there.
There were werewolves.
There were werewolves. There were Worgen around that like mine area, and they'd curse you. and you'd be a Worgen for a while, but it was more of a werewolf curse with an undead area. But then they added Worgen in Cataclysm, and that's when they changed all the zones, and they added, like, that whole area that's the other fly point on the left side, they added that fly point in, and they put a bunch of quest givers around there.
Okay.
A lot of Worgen quest givers around there. I still think the cemetery is full of undead, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was.
So yeah, it's like Duskwood. There's witches that cast poison stuff. There's a corrupted fairy. There's a lot of Worgen-themed stuff.
Okay, so it's more Duskwood. Okay.
Yeah. There's some undead too, but not much.
Okay. Well, because they've been kind of picking zones or areas. Like, there was a whole Darkmoon Fair one. Right? Whole Darkmoon Fair expansion?
I don't think so.
I thought there was. And then there was, like, the whole Karazhan one with Medivh.
Yeah.
And then there was Kobolds and Catacombs, which to me was Elwyn Forest. So now they're moving on to Duskwood.
Yeah.
Didn't they have a pirate-y theme, like a Dead Mines one?
Yeah, something
they had the
piratey, but pirates are a type that Rogue gets lots of synergy with. So
green and elves.
Say it again?
Green and elves.
Yeah. So they didn't want to give an entire expansion to rogues.
Yeah. Yeah, but they had like Blackrock Mountain and stuff. Oh, so WoW had put out like a synopsis of like Dark Iron Dwarves and the Mag'har Orcs and stuff, and we'll chat with that one when we go. Probably out to eat, to sit down and whatnot. Don't really want to hit fast food right now. I maybe want to have something like a salad to balance out the 150 grams of fat or whatever was in that. I'm going to look it up. Literally just stepped on my shoelace. We're heading into the movie. I'm leaving the camera in the car. We know the drill. Again, we will talk about the movie and try to stay spoiler free, but like, wow, the graphics were amazing, give all that jazz. But then we're going to cut and stuff. So your spoiler warning comes now, and it'll come in a couple seconds. Okay, as I said, minute. Because it's been literally seconds for you guys. Oh god, my phone's gonna get on the radio. Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Continue. That was longer than I was expecting, actually. 2.5 hours never feels quite like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Holy crap, do I have to pee?
Should we talk at home? Do you have the ability to...
I can hold it. Just, oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I was not expecting that long of a movie. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. I don't know, it's like, you never really realize exactly how long you've been sitting there on the Lord of the Rings director's cut.
Yeah.
Extended director's cut thing.
Yeah.
There's not, honestly, much more, because we're in that day and age where it's like, oh, the CG was really good. The CG's good in every film. Technically, the CG's been good in every film since Final Fantasy Spirits Within.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and that was 2000, 99, something like that, so...
Yeah.
It's just that they can seamlessly do it better.
So, acting-wise.
Well, I was going to say, it's really nice to see Wakanda's defenses.
Yes.
That's in the trailer, activate all defenses. Yeah, it's nice to see their defenses.
Yeah.
Someone's car. Oh. It's that truck.
But yeah, like, acting-wise, it was solid. I didn't see any of the stuff that people have been grumpy about in previous movies. Like, Scarlett Johansson having really one-dimensional acting.
Yeah, I never really saw that ever with... Maybe in the very first...
In a couple of places she did in previous movies. In this one, I mean, she barely had any lines.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say anything good or bad.
Yeah.
Nobody had any lines practically. I mean, there's freaking...
Thor had a lot of lines.
Yeah, but there's like 20... stars.
Groot had a lot of lines.
I am Groot.
Whoa! Yeah, not really a spoiler, because you don't know what he said. Neither we do, ish. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll say this much about the previews. Some of those scenes that people thought of, like when they dissected the trailers, those scenes are not what they
The trailers don't actually give anything away.
Well, no, I didn't think they would. But yeah, I would just say the scenes are not what people thought they were.
So, in a previous movie, Thor Ragnarok, there's that scene where he throws his hammer and she catches it. They changed the background on that for the trailers. so that you didn't see it coming. They're really good at that.
Yeah, there was a few things, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the trailers included at least 1 or 2 cutscenes.
I know one scene that was cut, but we'll get that one into the spoilers.
Morning. It's 9:39. As we did not get home until 3:30, I tried to sleep as much as I could. I really did, but it just was not having me. My body, like, it actually woke up at, like, before dawn and was like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, no, we're not doing this. And then I tried to wake up again. It was like, hey. I was like, please tell me this is, you gotta pee. I went, nope. Laid back down for a little bit more. And finally at like 9 o'clock, I was like, fine. I'll get up and I'll play Assassin's Creed. Left the theater last night. This is not in any way spoilers. All the lights had turned off in the theater, in the areas, and it was very disconcerting for Aaron because, as you know, he can't see in the dark. He can't see, well, I mean, I could barely see, but at least I could navigate off very low light. Like that. Sorry, like that. Whereas his contrast gets a... So I'm not sure how he does that. I think it's when there is a light source, he doesn't get much light from the dimly lit areas. So effectively, it's like trying to walk towards a... It's like you're walking towards a flashlight. And it's better if the flashlight's, you know, not shining in your eye. But maybe down at the ground. So it dims the light, and it dims the light enough. But there was just no lights on. I'd give you, there's a long hallway down because we were at the theater at the end. Because for you guys, there's like the walk in and then you go this way, and then there's like all the adult theaters this way because it's Cinetopia, and then over this way is the regular theaters, but you have to kind of kink to the side. We were on this hallway, as we always are, but we were at the very end, so I had to walk down and basically have my arms, both my arms behind me, and have Aaron walk really slow, because I walked really slow, because we have a different gait, so he would have been stepping on my feet. We walked most of the theater in pitch black. And even one of the exit signs was like, near. And I was like, that's disconcerting. He's like, what do you mean? And then like all the lights turned on right as we were about to get out to where street lights were at least shining into the theater. And the guy's like, I'm sorry for the darkness. Sorry for the lights, they automatically turn off. Okay, I get it. I know, it was like 3 in the morning. So yeah, we have normal stuff we're doing today. Maybe a little bit later than usual. Aaron's going to his parents probably to pick up stuff. I'm probably not going to go with him. Just because being around the kids yesterday was just kind of exhausting. So it was great that I was able to sit down here and veg for a bit. There was a defensive battle on the field last night. I watched the group chat before we went to the theater, and I didn't bring it up. I was waiting for everyone to get done. There was a great defensive battle out on the field. It always is when you have a score that much. It was like 6-6 up until the fourth quarter, and a field goal happened. I'm not sure how everything went down, but that's a defensive fight the entire way. I'm just saying. 1 point scored each time, and that was in like the first quarter or something like that. I think that's what the one update we got was like, it was first quarter 6-6, second quarter. Phone's over there and I don't want to check it, but then like Bobby from last year was checking on the score, and finally someone posted what the score was. They're like, oh no, it's in the fourth quarter. He's like, what's the final score? Because you know how long a football game lasts. I'm like, nope, fourth quarter. Oh, my bad. And so that was going back and forth. I don't know much about the game. I really don't. The old adage is when you win, say nothing. When you lose, say less, is very, very apparent in the teams I've been on, which is good. I don't know how it happened, but I can tell you by the breakdown of the score probably what happened. And I just did. But that's a defensive battle the entire way. And yeah. So hopefully at practice next Saturday, if I'm released to go, should be, then yeah, I will. What great strides the defense has made. I mean, that's, like I said, that's a defensive fight. And hopefully we will be able to fix stuff so that they will not score on us. Okay. So Aaron called his parents, said, hey, I want to get together with you guys, yada yada. So they were out in the gorge doing stuff with the dogs because they were showing their house. Had to get it staged and everything. And so they're like, well, when we get back in, we'll let you know when we drop the dogs off and we'll come out and get you. Okay, so Aaron and I kind of had to rush.
Not really.
Not really. We couldn't have waited around. We couldn't take our time doing things because it's not like we were going out there at a certain time. They were coming out here when they were ready, so we had to be ready by the time. It's a different scheduling in my brain. Even though it's still 3 o'clock, we're getting home at our normal time of shopping. Like, everything's going fine, it's just... So in the rush, I did not grab the camera on the way out of the house. But we had mod, but I'm trying not to stuff my stomach. Because I think I said to Aaron yesterday, maybe to the camera, if I stuff my stomach and then cough or sneeze due to allergies, I don't have much pliable room in my belly and it squeezes a tender area. Not fun. So... Aaron's gonna be heading out to his parents. If there's anything you want to record, do it on your phone. Try not to send it to OneDrive.
I'll send you a Google Drive link. Or just send it.
Or just, yeah, like... Well, I don't know if you can send it because that's a really big file.
Well, once I get home.
Yeah, once you get home, you can just take it straight off your computer or take it off your phone on your computer and stick it on a folder in my thing. That'll take far better. Because the thing is, you can't do anything with a Google Drive, and as I figured this one out, until it's done processing. I can't even download the videos. They could be fully uploaded from the phone into Google Pictures.
But Google still has to go through and process it.
It has to process it. And I've actually had small videos, like 2-minute videos, take like 10 minutes to process. And I recorded something on my phone middle of the day and then forgot about uploading it because for some reason my phone didn't automatically upload into Google Pictures. So I forced it while I was editing and I damn near edited an entire video. Because... I'm gonna play more Assassin's Creed Origins. Chat's been going a little crazy, but that's private intra-team stuff. I'm not gonna get into that. Things we need to fix, solutions to problems, pick-me-ups for some of the new guys, and yeah. Chat with you guys probably a little bit later when I get, just like, I need to get a visual break from the thing. It's 3 o'clock and we don't usually go to bed till 10, and that's 7 hours of playing a video game. I'm gonna be like one whole level more. It'll be like 2 or 3. But at least now I have the time to go through that level 3 fort. I was trying to go through one this morning, but it was taking a little bit longer. So, and Aaron's like, we need to go. I'm like, okay. And that's part of what it was, because I was trying to see if I could get at least like a captain or commander kill, you know, get some progress on it. I was like, then like one of the super angry, I call it the devils, came by. They're like, think of like the Spartan helmet, but with like horns, and it's just a glowing red. It looks like a little devil face, and yeah, I forget what how you pronounce those, but they like the guy comes in. He's a super elite, and he's 4 levels higher than me. Like I'm 18, and he was 22, and he had like not just the boss-ish logo look to him, but like big old thing. And I got caught by one of those guys once before inside Alexandria, and he one-shot me. He just came up behind me, smack. I was like, oh shit. I was really just standing there like trying to, yeah, I was just standing there for a moment like dinking around on my phone. This guy came up behind me and smacked me. Yeah, that's that. Alright, so I've been on for like 3 hours. I saw Pokemon right up at the Mac station, so I'm gonna head up there. I need to find the rest of my stuff, like the keys to lock up. Took everything out of my pockets and, it's right there. Alright, well, let's head on up to the Mac station. It's a Magikarp raid. I just want to make sure that I get something, and I need to get my daily research done today. Hopefully Aaron gets his done. Alright, so Mac station back there. I did my Magikarp raid. It was a breeze. I got my raid done so that I can progress towards Mew. Yeah, I dropped one of my Evolve, what is it? No, it was Catch 5 fire type. Because we're in a rainy period and they have this event going right now where they're spawning Earth Day stuff, which is not fire. So I was like, catch 3 fire type Pokemon. I'm like, That's not happening. Cloudy and stuff right now here in the Portland area. So, anyways, so I wound up picking up the one that says, spin 10 Pokestops or gyms. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll go like walk near the nature park. Get myself out, get myself walking a little bit. Get some blood flowing. Don't be a typical gamer and sit around for 7 hours straight. You know, work up an appetite or something. I could also catch like 2 more Swablu's, but I don't know how often those things are gonna show up. So, that's what's going on with that. Just keeping you guys apprised of the situation. Because like, even if I go to the very entrance of the Max station, that's 1, 2, because I've already got 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, you know, beat on that gym just for the hell of it. And then catch one on the way out. I'll be good to go. Knock is security. But I'm on technically a public sidewalk, so they can't really say anything unless they want me to be on the bike sidewalk. Low hat, dang. All right. I get you. I get it. I see how it is. Ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding 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 ding. These are really loud. It's good, but still, they're really loud. Wonder if you guys are gonna be able to hear the Max. I don't know with the wind if that picked anything up. All right, so Aaron moved in there's a box and a stick, a walking stick, and yeah, that's what he moved in this morning. Oh, it's on the bed. Did you get your daily Pokemon thing yesterday?
I don't know.
Because he got the one from Freddy's, which was like catch 3 Swablu. But with what I had, I was like, oh man, I can't get it today. So I went kind of for a walk up, and then the Max station had a spin 10 Pokestop thing. So I walked over towards the nature park parking lot and finished that up. The issue is I had things with like fire. I can't really tell if people are driving their smart cars rough or if these things just have barely any suspension. But every time they go over a bump, it's like I'm like, do you need to go slower over the bumps, or do you just not have any suspension whatsoever? You look like you're being rocked around like a Hot Wheels car.
They probably don't have any suspension.
Reduces the weight.
Yeah.
Something I learned from when I was trying to play Gran Turismo something. Forget which number it was. And because it was like, oh, you can get this better suspension. It's like carbon fiber, so it weighs less, so you can accelerate faster. I'm like, all right, cool, fine, whatever. But like the controls for the game were really screwy, which, you gotta remember, I played racing games with like Nintendo and then Super Nintendo, but then I stopped and I started playing Final Fantasies with like the PlayStation 2, and then I got a racing game because my mom had a moment. Oh, I knew you liked racing games. Mom, I haven't played a racing game in 15 years. Here you go. Okay, cool. I thought, well, whatever, I'll try it. And I was like, no. It's sort of like when I started playing Madden, I was like, what are these controls? This is not normal controls. X does not confirm anything. What are you doing, Square? Aren't you supposed to be block? Like, none of the controls made any sense to me. And the same thing happened with GT, with Gran Turismo. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Because that was when you were able to start having pressure sensitivity on your button for L2, so you could accelerate a little faster or something like that. And I was like, oh no. Because you don't have that in Final Fantasies. You might now, but I don't. So you didn't actually move all that much stuff, probably because you moved it out earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was still some stuff that was lingering behind.
Yeah. A couple of stuffed animals that I didn't want to get rid of. Apparently 2 chess sets that I didn't know I had.
It's probably what's been wrangling around in your head about having a chess set. When I was like, do we have a chess set? And you're like, where is it? And it was probably when we moved out of the G351. I was like, we don't need a chess set. We don't need to be packing this thing all over the place. Because I don't play chess. You're like, oh, okay.
But I have a South Park chess set. New in box still.
Maybe we could eBay that.
Yeah, kind of what I was thinking.
Because I was like, I don't want, I mean, I understand that they watch it over there, but it always makes you feel like I'm going to corrupt another country if I take South Park. If we take South Park there. I'm like, we don't need to ruin Amsterdam. We don't need to ruin the entire continent of Europe by taking a South Park chess set over there.
I had wonderful steak. I wish you enjoyed steak.
It always sounds weird when he says that, because I wish you enjoyed steak, like I never eat steak.
I wish you enjoyed steak the way I enjoy steak.
I wish you enjoyed jalapenos the way I did, straight up my nose. But you don't. And I don't ever wish that. I just wanted you to, you know, not to be fearful of like hyper-cooked onions, which I was like, they're not spicy at all. These things are more crunchy than they are spicy. And you got over that. And I haven't tried to push you any farther. I don't pine for you to be able to, you know, drip wasabi in your eyeball.
That seems like a terrible idea for anybody.
Remember, I went through an experimental phase.
It's amazing you have eyes.
Yeah, it's amazing I have lungs and nose and a nose.
It's kind of amazing you're alive.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not too terribly fearful of football.
That makes sense.
But yeah, so nothing else from your end?
No.
Alright. They're really tearing that up. Yeah. Were we supposed to go outside all those cones? It's labeled as a drop zone, and I don't know what that means. Well, anyways.
Bye.